across the pavement, hoping it will cave in, swallow me whole.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pesky podcast. How are you guys doing today? My name is Robert, this is Ari, and we are two guys who love the game of baseball. We're going to talk a little bit around the MLB today and focus more on the Red Sox and some past World Series. Ari, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
It's not been too bad. I may or may not have just woken up less than an hour ago, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon. No one judge me. I work nights. It sucks. But with that being said, this is going to be a fun episode. This is the first time in 2 months that we're going off the series and doing something completely new. So we're going to get some more really great content out for you guys. If you guys do kind of like what we're doing here, make sure to support us. It means the world to us. Like, subscribe, all that. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So I have a list of stuff that we got to talk about today. The first is the biggest thing that's been going on. MLB season changes. What the proposed is, we already put a post out on Instagram. If you guys don't follow it at Pesky Podcast, go show some love to the gram. But we have new changes that have come out along with the 67-page proposal. 114 games instead of a full season. There are some rumors of only 82 games, but from the majority of what I'm seeing, 114 games to be played from June 30th to October 1st. So regular season doesn't even get done
until
November.
October 1st or October 31st?
October 31st, sorry. Till
Halloween
Day.
I was going to say, the thing that I immediately noticed, I was like, wait, we're going to be going into Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I honestly think, like, I don't know, call me crazy, but, like, it would be interesting, you know, if we maybe started a little bit later in the calendar year instead of in April when everybody's, like, trying to shovel, at least in, New England, everybody's still trying to shovel snow off their driveways. Maybe start, like, a month later and kind of get a little bit closer. I don't know. That's a thought I've had a couple times.
But sometimes, it's very likely that up in Massachusetts, up in New England, we still get snow November. Like, starting November, we got snow.
Yeah.
So baseball sucks because it's hard to figure out everything. You have to go around the weather.
Yeah.
Another thing is players would lose part of their pay if they're being paid over $10 million annually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the people with, like the David Price contract, like the 31 mil?
He would lose. It never said how much they would lose, but they would be losing part of their contract. And I'm guessing that's money to go back into the organization to help those minor league guys that they got.
Definitely, yeah.
And speaking of that, did you hear what David Price is doing?
I did see that, yeah. Yeah, pretty crazy.
He's giving $1,000 to each Dodgers minor league player until this is over per month.
Yeah.
And that's
and the
really
crazy thing is, he hasn't played a single game.
He hasn't played a single game with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like he's making immediate impact. It's like, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always think that guy that's more of an off the field kind of leader, and especially going into his later years, he's not going to be that ace guy anymore. Mm-hmm. He's just going to be a good veteran presence to have. Which I kind of still wish we had him in Boston. I just wish it was a cheaper contract.
Yeah, his contract is atrocious.
Mm-hmm. But the two greatest things I saw from this report was it's not going to be a 10-man playoff. It's going to be a 14-man playoff, 14-team playoff.
Okay, so what would that mean? So you'd have, what, 2 wild cards?
You would have
3 wild cards?
That's
because you usually have 2.
That's also very weird. Because, it would be...
How would you do
divisions?
There's 6 divisions.
There's 6 divisions. So you have 1 winner from each, and then you have 2 wild cards. So now you're going to have 4 wild cards.
Okay.
I
don't know, man. This is weird. But hey, you know what? We gotta get going. We gotta start playing the game. And if this is what it has to be for 2020, I'm down for it. As long as everything goes back to normal in 2021.
Yeah, it's got to be drastic measures for this season because obviously we're dealing with a lot of really bad a lot of bad things that we really have no control over, that MLB doesn't have control over. We're just trying to make the best of our situation, and we just need sports back.
I guess the one thing that is like the one positive to having an extended offseason is you have these people who are coming off of like who potentially would be injured for the first 2 months of the season can play now. On top of the people like the guys who still can play are getting like an extended spring training. Like they can not spring training, but they can still work out.
Yeah.
I've seen Vasquez doing a ton of catching drills, so that's cool to see.
Yeah, so help me if Verdugo still can't play once all this is done. So help me.
That's in RE6. The end.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, and the best thing is they're gonna, as long as there are no fans in the stands, they're gonna mic up players.
Yes! That's awesome. I love that.
Which I'm gonna be a huge fan of. Because you're gonna be able to hear everything anyway. I mean, you might as well have it be good quality for TV.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So wait, will they be mic'd while they're playing, or like the dugout?
Yes. They'll be mic'd up while they're playing, which I find awesome because
that's that's cool.
You got that dude standing at first base. Like, let's take for example someone who likes to trash talk. Let's say someone like Yasiel Puig. All right, you got him standing at first base, and he's jawing back and forth with whoever's the first baseman. Now he gets people to hear what the hell he's saying. But we're gonna have to make if that's the case, we're gonna have to make MLB a PG-13 show. That's all I'm gonna say.
Definitely, yeah.
Because some players can't. What?
My last question is: so, where are the games going to be played? Are they going to be played in the stadiums, or are they going to be doing like only in Arizona or like places like that?
From what I've seen, it's going to be in everyone's own stadium.
Nice. Okay.
So that won't change.
I wasn't liking the entire playing in like Arizona and Oakland or places like that.
Yeah, that's what the NBA is doing. Is they're just going directly to Disney World. Like, okay.
I guess it makes sense because the dimensions there don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a bit like baseball, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So the thing you were gonna say? Sorry, I kind of interrupted you.
All right. No, that was it for the proposal, and I honestly like it. Like, it's not that bad. No, especially for a really rushed decision.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm saying we're making the best of a bad scenario.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm more than fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next thing that is kind of scary is the Boston Red Sox were one of 11 teams to fire a bunch of minor leaguers.
I heard that. Weren't there like a ton of people who were like really pissed off about the firing of like players and stuff?
Yep. You know how many minor leaguers they fired?
How many?
22.
Whoa.
22 minor league players lost their job.
Did we lose Castillo? Because he would free up some cap space.
I don't.
Castillo?
Oh yeah,
probably not.
That guy.
Probably not.
I don't think so, but I know one of the names in there was Matthew Gorst, who was one guy that I was actually looking to interview for this, which I feel very bad.
So as if he'll be out of a job, that would be so bad. Oh my word!
I was looking through. I was looking through and making sure Brendan Salucci's name wasn't there.
I know. We have to have like a keep Brendan. We got to have like a keep Brendan slogan going.
Yeah, like
Campaign.
I was very happy that he was not shown. But I have a full list of guys that's coming up. Let me see if there are any that we might know.
Okay.
These are all just more
like late round.
No, your Lowell Spinners, your Salem Red Sox.
So low A.
Low, yeah.
Low A, like low round, probably. Mm-hmm. Draft picks.
But yeah, Matthew Gorst was the only name that.
Was he in Salem? Or was he in Lowell?
I believe he was in Salem, yeah.
Gotcha.
Which
crazy.
I feel bad because even with the teams down there, they're just like, look, we're really pissed off because we just lost one of our one of our great friends, right? He just lost his
On
job.
top of the fact that you're gonna have to have people like that's gonna definitely do something to like the depth of the team, right?
Mhm.
Like you fire 22 players, like if you fire like it's that's gonna have repercussions, especially for the fact like if you have people like was he a pitcher?
Mhm.
Okay, so like pitchers not as big of a deal because you can convert pitchers to anything. But
Yeah.
you have like catchers and like other position players. Like if you fire those guys, you got to figure out how to replace
Yep.
those
There
guys. So,
were 5 infielders, 4 outfielders, 3 second basemen. Or yeah, 3 catchers.
wow, was Connor Wong one of them? No, probably not.
You think
No,
they would release? All right.
Connor Wong. Nah.
No, I'm thinking the reason is just because they've been having to pay those minor league guys $400 a week,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure they're just running out of funds for it.
Well, they're
So
not getting any. They're not getting
We're-
any revenue
Yep.
because they're
So
not
what I'm
being paid.
thinking, the reason for it is to release them so they don't have to pay them anymore. Then they're just going to hire new guys back into the farm system.
Yeah.
Come the time baseball starts, so they start getting
Well,
revenue
like-
again.
But like, here's the thing though. Like, say like you're in their shoes, right? Like you get drafted. You're like, awesome, I'm with the Boston Red Sox, and then like 3 months later, they're like, sorry, we cut you because you need to save money, and then someone else they go and hire some other players. Like,
Yeah,
you'd rather have me? Like, you just drafted me. You saw some potential in me.
it's very scummy.
Crazy.
It's honestly,
But I mean, what else can you do?
yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's
like I
that's
said,
the thing.
this is just a terrible situation for everyone involved. And
Yeah.
I feel terrible for the guys. I feel terrible for the team for having to make those decisions.
Yeah, definitely.
And 11 other or 10 other organizations had to make the same decisions too. That's
true.
what stinks about it.
Yeah.
But
Do you know who else it was?
you want me to just read up the names?
Yeah, why not? Like the team names.
Oh, the team names. I don't have
Yeah.
the team.
Oh, you don't have those? Gotcha.
I just have the
Okay.
players. But next thing we wanted to talk about is The Athletic posted an article the other day saying that the most memorable team and the most hard-deserved or well-deserved hard World Series win for the Red Sox was 07 out of everything. And that leads us in because for those of you who don't know, I'm 21. Ari, you're still 19, right?
Like, yeah, I'm close to like my birthday's in August, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 19. Yeah.
So Ari's 19. So at the time the Red Sox won the World Series in 2004, I was 5 years old. Ari was 4 years old.
Yeah.
All right. We don't remember that because
Vaguely remember.
the only reason
Not
I
that-
remember 04 and 07 is because when I was 8 years old, my father had a list of DVDs that he kept that were of the games. So I would just sit there and replay the games. I watched them come back from 3-0 to the Yankees. I watched them against the Rockies in the World Series. I watched them. Was it the Cards in 04 too?
Cardinals in 04.
Yep. Cards in 04, that too. I watched all of that pitch by pitch when I was 8 years old.
Wow. That's awesome.
So I still remember most of the players there, but
yeah, I only remember them like just from like watching documentaries, and because my family owns all of those. But yeah, no, that's really cool.
by the way, I just wanted to shout out that there's one play that I'll never forget. It was in 2003, right?
Oh,
In the playoff series against the Oakland Athletics. I saw this in a documentary, right?
okay.
It was like the 8th inning, and the Red Sox were winning. And this was to go on to the championship series, I think.
Oh, so it's divisional.
Pop
Gotcha.
fly in between second, short, and center field. Right? Johnny Damon,
Okay.
long-haired Johnny Damon, is sprinting in, trying to get to the ball, dives in, collides with a teammate, knocked out. Right?
Damon was knocked out?
Yeah.
Dang.
They sent him to the hospital, got him on stretcher and everything. When he woke up, the first thing he said is he looked at the nurse and he said, "Did we win?" John
What a
Damon.
baller.
I love John Damon. He was such a legend.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's a crazy guy.
But speaking of players we loved, that was the last thing we're going to do today. Is we're going to go through every single one of our World Series teams. And we're going to see who we liked out of those teams. All right. Let's start with 04.
Do
I got
it.
2 guys for 04, but I want you
All
to
right.
start.
So, for me, like I said, I don't really remember much of 04,
Mhm.
but from the videos and clips that I've watched, it's going to sound really, really cheesy, but I really, really liked Ortiz.
Mhm.
Just because of, how clutch he was in 04. I was like, that's pretty freaking awesome. So I really liked him, and I loved watching clips of Pedro Martinez pitching too.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my
Did
two
you
guys.
ever see the Kurt Schilling commercial?
Commercial? I don't think so. No.
It was right after he signed with the Red Sox. He made
Oh,
a
right,
commercial.
right, yeah.
And
Oh,
he was hitchhiking, right? Some
Okay.
stranger picks him up, and he says, "Where are you going?" He says, "Up to Boston. I got an 86-year curse to break." the
I
very
love
next
that.
Before we keep going, I don't know if you know this story, but do you know how the Red Sox convinced Kurt Schilling to sign?
Oh, I don't remember, but I think I've heard this before. What is it? I don't remember.
He was showing very little interest in coming to the Red Sox or being traded to the Red Sox.
Mhm.
Right? He was telling, I think he was with the Diamondbacks.
He was.
Or
Yeah. Yeah.
Diamondbacks or Phillies.
I know
I
they
can't
played for the Diamondbacks for sure. I
But-
think it was Arizona.
But anyway, so they come to his house on Thanksgiving, have Thanksgiving with his family. This was Terry Francona and one other player, I can't remember. They come to his house on Thanksgiving, have Thanksgiving with his family, and have a great time. And then he's like, "You know what? I'll come. I'll go to
That's
Boston."
hilarious. Hey, can we do that with Mookie? Mookie. Bring back Mookie. Hey, it works.
Show up at his house in Los Angeles. Yeah, exactly. All right, I got a little sidetracked,
That's
but
funny.
I got 2 players who
All right, let's hear it.
are who I loved watching. The first was our closer, Keith Folk.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
when he came into the game, you knew you weren't losing. Like,
Yeah.
even if it was a 1-run lead, there's a guy on second base with 1 out in the 9th, you were just like, most likely we're getting out of this. There's no way.
Yeah.
Right? He was amazing. And the
Mhm.
second guy was somebody who was around. What position did he play? I believe he was second baseman. Right? Because you remember over on the left side of the field, I believe it was Mike Lowell. Or was he late? I think he might have been
No,
later.
Trot Nixon played first.
Trot Nixon was an outfielder.
Really? I thought he
Trot
played
Nixon
first
was the right
base.
fielder.
Right. Okay. So then, no, you're right.
But I
Yeah.
can't remember who was playing third at the time. But then at short, we had Noma.
Noma.
Right?
Noma
And then-
Garcia-Para.
The second baseman, who was like the most crafty player that I've seen. He was just on the defensive side of the ball. He was insane. This is the name Pokey Reese.
Yes.
Ring a bell to
I
you.
was wondering if you were gonna say Pokey Reese.
I
That guy had
loved
spunk. too.
Pokey Reese.
He was such a fun guy. Yeah. Didn't we
He
pick
was-
him up like halfway through the season?
I don't remember. But he was the life of that team.
Yeah.
Like, he's what made you want to watch those games. He wasn't the home run hitter. He wasn't the best on the defensive side, but he was that guy that's just like, hey, I'm going to put on a show for y'all.
Definitely.
Like, I love Pokey Reese. But 07.
Yeah. So 2007, was a little bit more aware at that time because I was 7. I remember like having posters of like, because like there was like preseason stuff. There was just, and they were like, this was their year. Like they were, and so they were giving out these giant posters and stuff. So I got posters of like all the rookies and all of like there's like the Mannies, like Ortiz, Euclid, some other players. But
Mhm.
my favorite players for 2007, number one probably is Dustin Pedroia. And I know that sounds really cliche,
Mhm.
but this guy was insane. Like he worked so hard to get on that team because he couldn't hit. He couldn't hit for like what? He went 0 for like 23 or something. It was terrible. And I remember them saying that Francona told Cora, because Alex Cora was the second baseman at that point in time,
Mhm.
said, I want you to work with him because this guy, his defense is phenomenal, but his bat needs to improve.
Mhm.
And he won, Rookie of the Year, I think, right?
Yes.
Later won an MVP, I think. Could be wrong.
Mhm.
But yeah, turned out to be a phenomenal player. So I really liked him. And the other guy, I'm not like super. Jonathan Papelbon was really funny.
Oh, I
He was
love
he was
Pavlov.
he was a wacky guy, but like he also kind of was a nutcase.
Mhm.
So, but
Yeah, he
my
got
favorite
traded
player
to
definitely
Philly,
was.
and then everything went downhill for
Oh
him.
my word, the fight that he had with Harper was insane.
Oh yeah, with the
Did you see that?
Nationals,
That's crazy.
that
I
he's
was
telling
like,
Harper
oh
how
my
to do his
word.
shit. Like Papelbon, you've gone downhill. You can't talk to nobody.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh
It was
boy.
a nutcase.
Yeah, he was a head case, but he was funny, and he had he closed doors.
Oh
He,
yeah,
like Folk.
he was like
Yeah,
that's the thing that with all these Red Sox championship caliber teams, you had a solid or very much above average closing pitcher.
mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
had Folk in '04. You had Papelbon in '07. You had Dice K in 13.
No.
Yeah. Well, it was a mix
Koji!
between what?
It was Koji.
Oh, it was Koji Uehara too.
What are you talking about? Koji
No, they
O'Hara.
switched. Dice K definitely had a bunch of saves in 13.
Really?
I love Dice K
Dude,
Matsuda.
I don't think Daisuke played in 13.
Yes, he
Because
did.
I don't think he played with the Sox.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see.
Oh, he was just traded.
Really? Where did he go?
Went to
Oh,
the
did he go
Mets for 2 years?
Mets? I remember that. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. I thought he was there for 13.
I thought he had retired then. No, he retired the year. No, he retired in like what?
2 years after
16?
that. He retired in 14.
14?
I forgot. He
Really?
retired.
Wow.
But yeah, you're right. It was Koji, not Matsuzaka.
Koji! Koji! I love Koji.
And then in 18, it was Prime Kimbrel.
Prime Kimbrel was not in 18. Prime Kimbrel was in 16.
Oh, okay.
And then the
Still
funny
a
thing was,
very, very great Kimbrel.
he
And
was
then still
very good Kimbrel. And then like once you got to the postseason, he just went.
I think he just didn't train all that. He
Yeah.
just wanted his bag, and then it was gonna be like, okay.
Well, and I honestly don't like. He didn't have many postseason experiences, so he's not used to playing this far into the year.
Yeah.
So I also did read. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But I also for my '07,
Yeah.
I had two guys. The first was Dice K.
Yeah.
Who, look, wasn't the closer, but was definitely someone that would come in the seventh, eighth inning. Like that rotation was insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
I'm not gonna look it up
And
now,
Beckett
but
too, right? Beckett.
that team had Beckett. Yeah, a young Beckett.
Yeah.
It had
John
Pedro
Lester,
still on the team.
like prime
right?
John Lester.
John Lester was
I don't
there.
know.
Kurt Schilling was still there.
Buchholz.
Clay
for, like,
Buchholz.
when he was good. I have a signed
Oh.
baseball up there.
And then you have a Clay Buchholz signed baseball.
Yeah.
Get
Let me
it
pull it down. Let me pull it down.
How'd you get that?
My brother got it. I mean, this was when he was bad, but it still is a signed baseball. It's like it's still pretty cool, you know. Yeah, man.
Wait, no, I'm just gonna say this. You might have a signed baseball that your brother gave you, but view the photo of me with Jackie Brownlee Jr.
That's
on
fair.
that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. No, that's pretty epic.
That was a once in a lifetime thing. I'll never have anything better than that. Like meeting your idol player and taking a picture with him. There's nothing better.
Pretty crazy.
But
So
for 13,
13.
I only have one guy, and you know who it is.
Oh yeah,
You know who it is. I talk about.
Hawaiian.
No, not the Flying Hawaiian. He was up there, but
Really? Then I don't know. Then
who's my favorite player that you now hate?
I don't know.
He was with the Sox,
Dude.
and then he said, "Screw it, I want more money," and went to New York.
Oh, Ellsbury. Oh my. Why do you like? Okay, I get it.
Do I have to insert the clip of him stealing home again?
No. We're good. Just watch back a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm. So at that time, I was 14 years old. I had just started high school, right? Later that year, I was told that I was not good enough to play varsity. I wasn't even good enough to start JV, right?
Wow.
So I spent the entire year on junior varsity bench debating on it whether I should keep playing baseball or not.
Yeah.
Over that summer, all I did was look at Jacoby Ellsbury's highlights, right? And I said, okay, what does he do if he's in center field and the ball's hit way out there? What's the best way to get to it? And I studied that entire summer hard on his game.
One of the best routes to. Yeah.
Throughout
That makes sense.
and his speed and all that good stuff. And by the time I got to my sophomore year, I changed schools. I was starting varsity.
Cool.
And it was because of his game. And that's why he will always be one of my favorite players.
All right.
Who's yours?
My favorite player in 13. So two of them, and one is kind of a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I love Johnny Gomes. My guy, Johnny Gomes.
Oh.
The man himself, right there. I just loved how like tough he was. He just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna run through the green monster to catch a baseball. I love that about him, and I loved Jared Saltalamacchia, the longest name in baseball. Salty. Yeah, man.
Dude, this is taking a trip down memory lane. Like
Big time, man.
we needed it.
Yeah, so I love those guys. I tried switch hitting because I saw Salty could do it, and I was like, dude, I gotta try. So yeah. I can kind of hit. I just hit oppo. I don't hit pole. It's kind of weird.
I was the same way. I was never, because I was always late on fastballs. I could never keep up with the fastball. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna embrace it. By the time I hit my junior year of high school, I would never pull the ball. I've always hit it to the left field.
That's funny.
The weirdest thing, but it worked because everyone expects you're left, you're gonna pull the ball. Everyone shifted this way. I'd hit it down the right field line or left field line, and I got a triple.
Yeah.
Like,
Down there.
It was fun. But finally
18. Let's see what it's like. What do you have?
You know I had to keep it true. I didn't want to go with the star-studded players, but I had to go with my guy. I had to go with my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone who's been around the channel for a minute, that's JBJ. All right. It's the same story as Ellsbury, especially that year. No, it was a year before. I'd always watched JBJ's game, and it really helped me develop my baseball game throughout the season. He was never a hitter, and I was hitting 400 my senior year.
Well, I don't know, man. His bat didn't develop until 18.
Until never.
No, dude, he can still he can mash baseballs. He's kind of like Saltalamacchia.
Mm-hmm.
He either hits a home run, he strikes out, or he doubles. There's nothing else. But yeah. I totally know what you mean though.
Mm-hmm.
Really good player.
He's always been my guy.
Yeah.
So, who did you have?
I think, dude, I had such a hard time with this. I was debating, and I was like, I loved JD. JD was was the dude. I still love him.
He was the
JD.
backbone of that team.
Yes, but I really liked Sale. Sale like held the pitching staff together. But Mookie had some incredible games. And obviously an incredible season because he won the MVP. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's tough. It's between those three.
Mhm.
And I
One
know.
guy-
I mean, sounds cliche, but it's what it is.
One guy that we gotta give huge props to though is Benintendi.
Yes. He,
Oh, I got
for all of the Yankees fans out there who are watching this, Aaron Judge was good, but Benny should have won the Rookie of the Year in 2017.
Yes.
Should have done it, but didn't.
But
Oh.
the one play that I will always remember when someone says Andrew Benintendi, you know exactly what play I'm
Yes,
talking about.
I
in
do.
that World Series
the-
run. The diving catch to win the game.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
That was such a crazy game because like during that series, I was like, "Don't put Kimbrel in." Just I don't know why I was like, "Don't put Kimbrel in." And they put him in. I was like, "Oh, jeez, here we go." And like they had the bases loaded, and I was like, "Great, we're gonna lose."
And
this.
they were only up by 1. So that ball gets down. There's
Yeah.
100% tie game. It's possible they lose.
And I was like, with that runner running with contact, he better catch this ball.
Mhm.
And he did. It was I loved that.
Dude, I remember watching that game live. I went nuts.
Yes.
I lost it. That was an insane
Crazy.
game. But
Yeah.
with that being said, let's get into Ari's takes before we end the
Ari's
episode.
takes.
Ari's
So-
takes.
This week we already kind of like talked about this a little bit, but Doogie, Alex Verdugo. Can you imagine, your nickname being Doogie?
It's never
We got to think of a better nickname for him on this channel. We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out soon because he can play in 2020.
He can.
He can play. He's been cleared to play. He's like, dude, I'm ready to go. He doesn't
Let's
have a broken
go.
back anymore. So that's our starting right fielder. And the only thing we're missing is Sale, but he's gone for the entire year. So
Hey, guess who gets
But-
moved to the bench? Guess who gets moved to the bench?
Pilar.
Kevin Pilar. Oh,
Bro.
if you're still if there are people out there that are still watching this late in the episode, God bless you. I don't know how you deal with. I don't know how people put up with this.
I don't know how you get through all this crap.
Shout out to your brother though, who always
Yeah,
watches.
man, he gets through it. He's like, dude, the ending of the episode was interesting. I was like, I'm sorry.
Once we get to the 35-minute mark, things just really
It goes downhill.
down.
But that's all I got today.
All right. That's it for the artist. All right, I need something controversial next time. I need something that we got to be like,
It's
all right,
Ari
you're an
takes.
idiot.
It's already takes. It can be anything. I could be talking about the PS5 being delayed, or I can be talking about Doogie can play, or I can talk about my favorite sandwich from Subway. Who knows? We never know what it is. I won't know what it is. For that being said, thank you to all the watch.
We appreciate every single one of you
Yeah.
who watch. Whether you watched for 5 minutes or you watched the entire episode, we don't care. We love the support.
Yeah.
And we especially love you guys supporting the Instagram too. If you haven't, like I said, at Pesky Pole Podcast,
Give it a
we
follow.
had a couple videos that hit over 500 views. Like
Yeah, bro.
that.
It's insane.
It
I was
was
like, what are you
nuts.
doing?
Right.
What's
We
going on
love-
here?
We love the support. It means the world to us, especially because we've been doing this for now. We started this in March, and it's now June, so we're in month
3
3.
months. Yeah.
We're in month
Pretty
3.
good.
So we're still not getting a bunch of views on YouTube, but we really don't care. We find this enjoyable. If you guys like it, it's all that matters to us. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. See you guys next time.
Peace.
Sometimes I like it when I lose control.